So I was watching some video by Phoenix or 10 Phoenix 01, a good friend of mine, fiance to Queenie, and basically he was talking about PewDiePie and how PewDiePie has been changing his style of comedy recently and how it's been getting him into a little bit of controversy, which, you know, was all good for him because he gets a lot of popularity, gets a lot of clicks, but he also gets a lot of negative things from the press. And what PewDiePie did was basically make a video about the press and the negativity surrounding the controversy, because he's basically been attacked for saying nigger, he's been attacked for getting some people from India on Fiverr to jokingly say death to all Jews in like a video. You know, just a joke, it doesn't mean anything, he doesn't actually mean it. But they've been reporting on this because he's the biggest YouTuber of them all, the God Emperor of YouTube, and basically what has happened is they have essentially cotton onto this, the fact that he's changed his styles, become more controversial, and has essentially become a generator of clicks for them. And he talked about this in his video. He essentially said that this is what the media does. They see what he's done, they then report on it, they put on a provocative title, or they write something provocative inside, and essentially this is what happens. The title goes up, people see it, they click on it, he creates another video, they make a video about that, if that's controversial, and it's an endless cycle. There's a feedback loop because loads of people are clicking on these clicks and they're getting the dough. And this got me thinking, this got me really interested, and I thought, could it be that the news, you know, CNN, Fox News, the BBC, all the other major outlets, you know, Forbes, Reuters, stuff like that, they're only interested in clicks. They don't actually care about the politics that they might espouse, because PewDiePie's nothing to do with politics, but let's see in our community what we've had to put up with over the years. We see it consistently with Salon and those paedophile articles, CNN with fake news, Fox News, which was essentially created to cater to a specific community, a specific demographic that didn't really have their own news network that ran 24 hours. So this basically boils down to they don't really care about the politics, they don't really care about the message. All they care about is getting those clicks. If they can find something that's happening in the news or in the media, and if they can find a population of particular people who think a particular way, if they can exploit that audience, they stand to make a lot of dough. So you see MSNBC, you see the CNN, you see BBC and CBC. They all cater to specific groups, specifically social justice warriors, because they found that there is a particular market there that love these particular stories. So Golden Shower Gate, loads of other stories you could possibly talk about. Rolling Stone's UVA case. All these stories were created and reported on essentially for the company to make money. The endless race baiting and the race riots in America, in Ferguson and Baltimore, all this was drummed up and repeated ad nauseum on the news reports 24/7 in order to generate more clicks, to generate more money through advertising. It makes you wonder, it was so brazen, it was just so unethical that there's no way that these people were actually being serious about the political message. They just thought, you know what, social justice warriors are here, angry people in the black community are there, and of course Fox News have got people from the alt-right and conservatives who are worried, sick, easy money. Essentially what I'm trying to say is that it's all about clicks at the end of the day, people. It's all about the money with the media. We can complain about how they've been infested with politics and stuff, but at the end of the day, I think they're simply using these things to make money. They're actually creating a hostile atmosphere for people in general and an atmosphere of fear in order to basically stay relevant. This is the old media basically trying to keep up with us, the new media. This is essentially what it is, and so they can no longer do it on a fair playing field because we just wipe the floor with them because nobody trusts them. So they have to do it the old-fashioned, dirty way, which is yellow press, essentially. By whipping people up into a fever pitch, by creating these witch hunts, by creating these mass panics, we basically have seen the rise of a new form of clickbait, and it's political clickbait. And PewDiePie has sadly become part of that in a little way because of his new brand of comedy. So every time I look at the news now, I just can't help but think they're not being serious here. The message, it's meaningless to them. Maybe not the anchors, I don't know. The anchors seem to care somewhat. But as for the top dogs up there who decide on what is and what is not news, well, it's what can make the dough. And that's why a lot of the problems are happening today, because it's in their best interests for there to be political strife. It's in their best interests for white and black people to be at each other's throats, because that is a great story. Good news doesn't sell, bad news sells. You might get the odd tearjerker, that might make a lot of clicks. What everybody knows is a negativity that everybody wants and wants to see. They want to see their favourite person who they love to hate lambasted in the media, destroyed, ruined, their most hated demographic, and the media there to cater for it. It's sickening. But what are we going to do? All we can do is just keep doing our thing, and more people will wake up to this and essentially just move to where all the real news is being reported, where actual honest people provide the facts. And I hope that is going to happen, and it is seemingly happening as more people gravitate to the internet, and YouTube especially, as you know, YouTubers are now the primary source of news for people. And I hope that continues and we can finally either get rid of the old media or, hell, even force them to change, to become more honest again, to become what they ought to be rather than what they've become. Yes, they need to make money. Yes, they need to advertise. Yes, they need big stories. But this is not the way to go about it. And honestly, I just wonder if this is how brazen and unethical they're going to be, despite Gamergate, despite all of that. Anyway, this has been Changman93. Like, share the video, subscribe to my channel, donate to my Patreon, and I'll see you all later.